Oh, this is kind of huge. That's a wandering trader with llamas. Oh, yeah, don't die. Okay, yeah. This is cool. That's super rare. That's awesome. No, give me boats. I want llamas. Llamas. Oh, he fell. Oh, the llama fell. I'm stuck on a fence. What am I doing? Hey, buddy. Get in the... I got a llama. I put the scaffolding back. I need the scaffolding. Roof llama, where'd you go? Oh, I hope Roof llama's still up there. Roof llama, yeah! Sweet. Get in the boat, yeah! Alright, let's get a secret advancement. Wait, secret advancement? Why are you not working? Okay, we're supposed to get this one by interacting with this llama. Is it because it's in a boat? What if I put a lead on it? And then try to ride it. There, I tamed it. That's not seem to be working. What happens if I feed it? No. There's a chicken in the water over there too. You know what? I wonder if it's because they're trader llamas and those be considered a different mob and not just a llama. So if I breed them, do I get a regular llama and not a trader llama? No, I get a trader llama. Ooh, interesting. When I update this pack, I'm going to need to remember to include trader llamas in the llama task. Remind me, please. Thank you. Ooh, and we can get 2 saplings that we do not have yet. Oh, that's huge. That's cool. We got pale oak and acacia. Today I had this massive plan to build like these 2 giant structures that were going to go out over there in the ocean. One is going to be a villager breeder and an iron farm. They're going to be floating on rafts, and they're going to be more massive than both of these buildings combined. And it was going to be really cool. And then the reality of WaterWorld hit me. Everything's a grind. It's so much of a grind. Oh my gosh. We're still in the beginning stages of this world. I have really no infrastructure. We have our little starting house. We have animals. We now have sheep. But yeah, to get all of these blocks to build these structures takes a lot. And we have just been barely surviving. So today I want to do a bunch of little projects that would take us from surviving to thriving. The first thing I want to do today is utilize one of these sheep that we found. So in the roofs we use cyan wool right there, and that takes cyan dye, which I've been making with cactus green and lapis, I believe. So that's very costly. It takes 1 dye per wool by making the wool out of string. So these sheep are a godsend. So what I want to do is make a little sheep pod and dye one of these cyan, put it in there, and just let it passively collect the wool for us. So I think I'm going to commandeer this spot right here. Hopefully it works. I think I need to get rid of these. I'm kind of winging this here, so if I mess up, that's on me. And it will probably happen. They always say never do redstone on camera, but here we are. Hopefully I got the spacing of this correct too. I want the grass to go, yeah, there. Okay, so we can put a block back there. We're gonna have to make a little hole in here, so we'll have a hole in our barn. We can cover it up with a bush, and yeah, make another hole just so I don't have to go around. Okay, so I want that to read a grass block that's right there. So we're gonna go ahead and put grass down here. And actually we are going to break this grass here so we can get a rail in and a hopper minecart. Perfect. And actually, yeah, we need to break that, do that, and we need to put a piston there. So here's a piston, turn that into dirt. All right, all's going smoothly so far. Perfect. Okay. And a dispenser, which is going to face that way. Yep. Okay. I mean, that's pretty much a farm. We do need a block back there with redstone on it. And yeah, it's beautiful. So let's go ahead and cover this with glass. And we have our little sheep pod. Nice. I could probably put some trapdoors right there. Yeah, that's good enough. So we need to get a sheep in there. So let's go ahead and just throw some blocks down. And who's coming out first? All right, let's go. I got a lead. Where'd it go? Wait, how did I lose the sheep already? How did I lose the sheep in 2 seconds? What in the world? Sheep? Really? Am I blind or something? Where did that sheep go? Wait a second. How? How did you get in there? Did you walk up? You walked up that. I should probably fix that. Bye, chicken. Come on, sheep. Let's go into your new home over here. It's all comfy and cozy and safe from the elements. Will you go in there? There you go. Perfect. Sweet. And I'm going to put a little lantern up here to light up all of the grass so it will grow. And then we need shears. And put all the shears in here. And the last thing we need to do is to dye it cyan. And there we go. We have a simple cyan wool farm. The next thing I'm wanting to do is tackle the yellow dye for this concrete. All I've been doing is boating out to the landmass we found out over my head and bone milling the grass. And I want to automate that a little bit and bring it over to here so I don't have to do so much boating. So what I'm thinking is over to the side of the barn over here in this little space that I left is building a simple little flower farm. And I already tested out, and this is a lukewarm ocean, but it will still give us dandelions and poppies, and all we're really after is the dandelions. This should only take a few minutes to build, so go ahead and enjoy this super fast time lapse. I went ahead and put a nylium block in here so we get the flowers and the seeds like we normally will, but we'll also get some of the warp stemmed fungus and some of the other nylium stuff. So we killed 2 birds with 1 stone because We need a lot of warped wood for the roofs and stuff too. So yeah, let's turn it on. Warning, this is going to be super loud. And it's a little visual lag there, but this is moving back and forth super fast. And it's bone mealing. Let's go ahead and turn it off though. As you can see from underneath, it's just a platform of grass with an observer looking into the grass. So when the block moves, it triggers. This observer reads that and just triggers a dispenser with bone meal in it. And then this hopper line is just connected to a barrel to insert bone meal into it. And over here we have just a different block. So when this goes under the note block, it changes the state of the note block, which the observer reads and triggers the redstone line. And it's the same over here. So as it goes back and forth, it just triggers, which triggers the line of pistons to push the grass back and forth. Yeah, flower farms are really that simple. Super simple, quick to build, and super efficient. And as you can see, we got our dandelions, which we're after, and our warped fungus. And if we go over this little bridge right here, I put this little setup here of composters, just so I can throw all of this stuff in that we don't need, and recycle it into more bone meal. And as you can see, I put it on its own little floating dock here, just to break it up a little bit, because if we keep just building out, this is going to be a giant spruce dock. So I thought like breaking it up, making these little islands and having cute little bridges over to them adds a lot of character to the build. And it really breaks up the monotony of all the spruce. And it starts raining. So let's hurry up and move on to the next thing. I really want to get to the nether roof. So what I'm thinking is going to one of the villages that we found and doing a little trading. If we get a cleric, we can get ender pearls, which we need. And then maybe while we're there, we can maybe knock out getting Mindy books. Maybe. It depends on how long I want to sit there and trade. So as I was grabbing the stuff to set up a janky makeshift trading post, I realized we actually have 11 ender pearls. And we probably got these, I don't know, it's been a while, but when we were clearing out caves and stuff. So we can go ahead and skip the villager stuff for right now and head straight to the nether roof. So what do you think? It's pretty cool, huh? I like it. So I was going for kind of this monolithic kind of sci-fi thing. Like it's always been in the world, like shooting out of the ocean before like these people moved in and like started habitating. This was here, some ancient portal to some unknown land. And I think it looks really cool. This hole right here is also a portal, and I will light that, but I want to link this portal up first and make sure this is linked to the roof, and then this portal will just be decoration, and hopefully we don't come back in that. Hopefully we come back in this. But I really like how it turned out. I like how it's jetting out of the ocean with all the kelp around it. I like how there's like a little dock around it, so these people that live here have come over and built this little makeshift dock around it so they have a place to land, and then the rest of it was all here. And I also used some of the pale stripped logs and the planks that we got from the wandering trader earlier, which I think was a good find, and I also have scaffolding up there. But the rest of it's just diorite and calcite. And I also used fences and trapdoors. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think it's really cool. I really love it. I think it turned out great. And now I got to take the coordinates of this And then we got to go get up on the roof and build a portal at those coordinates and come through and hope it links up. So let's go ahead and do that. Editor_XO here. So the idea here was to do a lovely montage with cool music, showing me like setting up the portal, teleporting to the nether roof. But unfortunately, it did not work the first time, or the second time, or I think the third time. I think it took 3 or 4 times and was over the course of an hour to 2. So this montage, as I'm editing it, would really just be a whole bunch of breaking portals, teleporting to the roof, rebuilding portals, lighting portals, and me going, oh, it didn't work, let me tweak this thing. And it all was because the first time I did my math wrong. The second time it linked to a portal that was in the nether. Third time it was like the first portal that I ever went into the nether with was still in the nether. And so eventually, after going back and forth, I was able to break all those portals, link up the one that's on our landmass far away to get to the regular nether, and then hook up the roof nether portal. And it all works out now. So let's rejoin the episode. Okay, third time's the charm. There shouldn't be any portals anywhere near that are lit. This should be linked up to the roof. And it does. Nice. Oh, so cool. So very cool. Perfect. Lovely. Now I want to go ahead and light this one. And this would just be aesthetic, and it would look cool. Nice. Oh, look how cool that looks. It's all magical and stuff. Sweet, let's go through it one more time and come back and see if we end up down here. And we're in the hole. But that's okay, because then we can just come out here and jump in the water. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. I knew that was a possibility, and it's okay. So now that we're on the safety of the nether roof, and we happen to be in a crimson forest, I think it's time to take care of our food situation and not have to worry about it for the rest of this series. And we'll get a ton of free leather, so that's cool. These particles are really pretty with the red and the purple and stuff all mixing together. That's really cool. I like that. But without further ado, one more quick time lapse to build a Hoglin farm. And just like that, we have pork chops. And leather. But pork chops. Yummy. So real quick, all we have is a platform with some light to keep spawns away and warped fungus on Nylium. So hoglins spawn here, they run into the middle, they get cooked. The soul sand is not a full block, so the hoppers pick it up, put it in the chest. And that is literally it. Infinite food. And leather. Let's go ahead and check to see how our sheep's doing. Oh, nice. Very good. And it just gave us some more. Good job, little buddy. Well, I say we've made a lot of progress today. From finding sheep, making the little sheep pod, to building this simple flower farm, linking up the portals. We got a really cool nether portal out in the ocean there. And we got the Hoglin farm. So I would definitely say we are thriving now. And next episode, we'll thrive even more. If you made it this far in the episode, you're kind of amazing and I appreciate you. Links to Discord and Patreon if you want to support me would be down in the description. All of that good stuff, like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Okay, bye!